Hello everyone, this is Aethel, and this is my third episode of my Kerbal Space Program Council Science Walkthrough. And in this episode, we're going to be landing on the Mun. So I actually built this off camera because this is my second attempt at recording, and because the first attempt I forgot parachutes on the main capsule. So basically we got a Mun lander and our main capsule because we're going to be doing a rendezvous. Now you don't have to do an Apollo style mission like this, but I think it's good practice for your Duna mission or any other planetary mission, because I myself struggle with doing rendezvous like this. So in the lander, I had around 3,000 meters per second of delta V, and in the main capsule, I had about 2,500, I think. And then there's two large engines with the mainsail engine, along with 4 SRBs. So I apologize for accidentally not showing you the building process, but so we're gonna have Bob and Jebediah Kerman come on this mission. Now, one thing I wanted to point out is that on the lander, I put solar panels and a communication dish. This is so that Bob Kerman can make maneuver nodes, because he cannot make maneuver nodes without a connection to the KSC. However, since the Mun is so close, it's not really that necessary, but it's always good to do that. And now we have our liftoff. Now, I don't really need to explain much, but we're just gonna gradually turn. And this rocket did a pretty good job with turning. You know, it was structurally stable, but don't do it too much because it might tip over, which somehow, after years of playing this game, I still manage to do that sometimes. Also, be a bit cautious with the SRB jettison because sometimes they'll crash into the main fuel tank, which you obviously don't want that to happen. Now we're gonna make our maneuver node to circularize around Kerbal. And now you're going to create your maneuver node 90 degrees relative to the Mun. And now you're going to make your mid-course correction using the normal and anti-normal nodes, along with prograde and retrograde. In the last episode, we did a flyby of the Mun, and we got science from space high above and near the Mun. So we're not going to do that this episode, but if you haven't done this already, then go ahead and do your science. And now you're going to capture at the Mun. I'd recommend quick saving in case anything goes wrong. Now you're going to put Bob Kerman inside of the lander and then detach from the main capsule. Here's how you not do this. As you can see, you want to make sure that your lander is a good distance away from the mothership, and just make sure the retrograde relative to the orbit is pointing away from the mothership also. And I usually start burning retrograde at around 8,000 meters. And we made it. You're just gonna go ahead and do all your science stuff that you need. I would also recommend a quick save. And then you're gonna go ahead and shoot for another biome. So for the rendezvous part, you're gonna wait till the mothership is about a little bit before just it's overhead. Now with the way the mun is and no atmosphere, you can basically start tilting horizontal almost immediately. Now usually what I do once I get high enough and near enough the mothership, not too close, but around 20 kilometers away, I burn retrograde relative to the target, make sure the nav ball is set to target and not orbit, and then you get a pretty close encounter. And then once I reach a speed of around 0 meters per second, I turn to target, and then I get a close encounter, and then repeat a couple times to dock. And then you're going to set the docking port target on both capsules to each other. And then, since they are both manned, they'll just neatly align beautifully. Now, I was going too fast this time. I'd recommend going about half to 1 meter per second. And then we reunited our little space frogs. Now we're just going to grab the data from the lander, take Bob back onto the mothership, and then what I'm going to do is burn retrograde, and then decouple the lander, and then burn prograde again, because obviously you don't want Jebediah and Bob crashing into the mun. So now we're going to make a maneuver node to get a nice elliptical orbit with a fairly low periapsis. Now you're going to burn until your periapsis is well within the atmosphere. And a successful splashdown. So we unlocked over 600 science points, so I decided to unlock the nuclear engine for our next episode. Now I have no idea what we're gonna go next episode because I'm a bit split on going to Duna or Gilly. Let me know in the comments if you want to see me go to Gilly or Duna. Now we have the resources to do both, or if you want to see something else, then let me know. Goodbye.